Hello there, it's time for a promarker tutorial, and I think I'll make a different color scheme from this Copic tutorial I just made. I'm going to start off with vanilla for her face. What I have learned coloring with promarker pens is that they tend to continue spreading the color sometimes, so you need to just think about that as well. Sometimes they just think they tend to continue traveling just a little bit longer. So it's good to know that you shouldn't just go too close to the pattern lines. And when it comes to promarker pens, I also tend to just work it in like this, and comparing it to Copic pens, I see that it actually covers the motif quite well. I don't have to work that hard. And if I'm going to compare these pens to Copic pens, of course the economical point has to come in there as well. I'm using sunflower for this, the flower petals here. I mean, Copic pens are a bit more expensive, aren't they? And if you aren't that experienced in colouring, perhaps you should start with promarker pens, or just try it out with those Copic pens. I'm not sure. This is red, so I'm just going to make that flower center red. And then I have decided on working on her hair with 3 brown colors. I'm going to use cocoa, raw sienna and terracotta. And I think I'll start with the darkest one. I mean, I find promarkers quite easy to work with, but if you want a brush tip on your pens, Copics must be the choice then, I suppose. I can't really say one of them is my favorite or not the favorite, but I'm lucky enough to be able to work both of them. So let's count 2 away and just make this one. I'm just blabbering here. Sorry about that. I'm still confused about that headband, what they had thought there. And I'm sorry, I have catched a cold, so I'm actually home from work today because I have a sore throat and I'm sort of feeling weak. Sitting here, I think, is the most strenuous thing I can do today. So that was cocoa, and I'm going for terracotta now. Just like these reddish brown colors. And these stamps are so lovely because you actually have the chance of making your figure look quite smashing without having the knowledge of how to color with shading and such. I mean, these are quite good for beginners, and I must say I'm still a beginner. I haven't mastered the most fascinating or marvelous techniques yet. You must be humble, right? So, and what I see now as I color along here, sometimes I tend to get the color just a little bit outside the lines, but mostly you have the chance of actually covering it with a 3rd color. And if you want, you can always finish the coloring off with just using a lighter shade of color and just color the whole hair thingy bit off with a lighter color. And you sort of mix those colors together as well as you get a sort of a smooth look there. Oh my god, I have forgotten that one. I think that was cocoa, was it? I think so. No, it wasn't. or something else. I suppose I'll just have to make it darker then. So let's say, I mean, in this one I have just a little bit of white pieces of paper showing up there. So I could go for perhaps either honeycomb or perhaps spice. I think apricot actually is one of my favorites. I'll just have to find that. I haven't picked it out yet. So where is it? It shouldn't be too dull a color either. What would spice look like? Well, I think it's going to cover too much of those. I can't really understand where it is though. On screen. Yeah, here it is, apricot. And while I'm now colouring the whole piece of the hair, I just take the broader tip and just colour the whole thing in, and that gives it a more finished look, if you know what I mean. I could of course do that with the Copic pens as well, just to finish things off with just one colour. I have to be careful here now so you don't colour her face these colours, otherwise you'll have to start all over again. And when it comes to these smaller parts, you could just go for the smaller tip again. But you get good coverage with the broader tip there. So you see, this looks quite nice. I'm not sure if it's too bright for you. I think that was quite alright. And just to finish things off, I'm going to make that headband. Headband or hairband? Sorry. I'll have to answer that one. I'll continue, or I hope you can get the picture here. I'll have to get that, sorry for that.